Go back. Nope. Further. Keep going. Here we go. This was Beyblade Metal Fight. It is the second Beyblade generation that came right before Burst. They are pretty decent bays overall. Oh, really fun to use and have a lot of nostalgia towards them. If you ask anybody who's like a little bit, like, I would say around like college to like early 20s, they'll probably know what Beyblade is. God. This was one of my first bays ever, Galaxy Pegasus. It's an attack type with a rubber bit. Well, it's not a bit. These were called tips back then. But instead of coming in your average 3 parts, like X and Burst, they came with anywhere from around 5 or 6. Let's see if I can adjust the camera. Perfect. But Metal Fight did really well for what I was trying to do. Here's some more Metal Fight bays that I have in here. Some highlights of it are Meteor El Drago, or not Meteor, Lightning El Drago, and Twisted Tempo. Well, and obviously, disassembled Pegasus. The way to put them together is you had your energy ring right there. You got this sort of little, like, piece. I don't really know what the term is for it. And then you got your screw, or your bolt or nut. And then you have your tip. You put them on by using this little sort of connecting thing, which you put parts together with, and yada yada. At the end, you get this beauty. And then, the thing is, Beyblade X has come very far from Metal Fight, but even still today, they're making these things. Well, a little differently at least. This is the El Drago remake for X, which is really cool that they decided to remake it. Obviously, this one's in a lot better shape than this one. This came out last year. This came out, God knows, like a few years ago. And my tip broke, so I got a metal one. But to compare, this is X now. Got a very similar format. Still got that blue for attack types. Got that little metal outline. Same noise. Little ratchet right there. Well, that ain't a ratchet. And then your little bit that you have to put on. Which, though X is different, these still have their old charm. So, I'm gonna get into some action. So, the first 2 bays I'll put against each other are one of the best defense types in all of Beyblade and Galaxy Pegasus. And I'm using Meteor El Draggers, Dragos. Do I have a Drigger? I think I do. This is from Burst though, not a plastic gen. Those things are expensive. Alright. Alright, these aren't as powerful just because the launchers are a lot older, but still make some pretty interesting fights. I have 100% bets on Twisted here. Sorry, Galaxy Pegasus, you're great, but you are not as good. Alright, yep. And another concern with these is the rubber gets old, really old. So, got some alcohol, which I'm gonna spray. Tip. Just so I can clean it off a little bit. Some people are saying if you heat up these, like the little metal parts, they're not the metal parts, sorry. The rubber parts on the bits, that you can get them to be more squishy, which is really cool. I don't know if I'll try that, but pretty cool. Some people know Phoenix. This is the original Phoenix right here. Well, it's got a metal bit, it's got a metal tip. I keep saying bit. Alright, I think it's a defense or a stamina type. well, too. All of the Metal Fight bays are extremely just, they're solid, and to be honest, they could be any bursts that come out. It looks like Phoenix is going to win this again. I'm sorry, Galaxy Pegasus. You're not that great, but, well, you're amazing. But I have a much newer, probably not the right top, a red Pegasus. So, I'm going to launch Phoenix. We just let it rip. Oh, and that did not want to come off the launcher. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Alright, he's in. Time to get red Pegasus. Oh, now look at that. Now that's what I was trying to get on the other Pegasus. Alright. So, we have, ironically enough, Claw Leo, I believe is what the name is. In Beyblade X, we also have a Claw Leo. Well, Claw Leon, Claw Leo. So I'm going to put them up against each other, see how well it goes. Alright, Metal Fury. Then X. If you're worried about contact points, I think the Metal Fight one's going to do a lot better. Just because of it. And that's an into a pocket for X. Metal Furies still are some of the most powerful bays. Just because how heavy they are, how much metal's on them. Then they also released Zero G. This is Phoenix from Zero G. Ironically enough, it's very similar to the new Phoenix from X, but this one is kind of funky. It's its own special little kind of, how do I put this? Like, it's got this weird little, like, free moving ring that does its own things, but 32 rip, which is a pretty decent attack type. And then we have our defense type here being Hades, which has shock absorbing rubber pieces, which seem really cool, but I think if you were going against El Drago, the spin steel on that would be crazy. One thing I don't like is because of that disc, there's no life after death. This thing's dead the second it goes in. But I would actually like to test that. So, the GOAT El Drago. Alright. Putting him in. Or I'm going to put him in and then hand spin Hades. Can it spin steel? No. Try one last time. I think I can get a combo for this to spin steel. Seems pretty cool though. Alright, well, this is a good old nostalgic view of Metal Fight, one of the oldest Beyblade series there is. Thank you for watching. Prominence X, out. Adios.